So, dear delegates, welcome on board for the orientation program, Post Graduate Diploma in Supply Chain and Logistic and Supply Chain Management, PGDLSCM. And today there is orientation only. The orientation will take around, say, 30 minutes time, roughly around 30 minutes. So, I will be sharing a presentation. And after the presentation, we will take question answer. If you have any doubts, any clarifications required, we will be answering all those clarifications and questions. Okay, so these are the two parts for this orientation program. So let me start my screen sharing presentation part. After that, we will talk about the questions or doubts. I'm sure that my screen is visible and also I'm audible to all of you. So once again, welcoming you all for the orientation program of Postgraduate Diploma in Logistic and Supply Chain Management. This is Rupa Uzaidi working with World Academy. Our motto is shaping expertise, nurturing ambitions, and elevate your potential. So World Academy is always beside the professionals for developing their competencies to match with the present trend of requirement. We are UK-based organization. We do have our UK Register of Learning Providers number, UK RLP number. We are ISO certified organization. We have a couple of ISO certification, 2024, then 30414 and 40180. So these are a couple of ISO certifications we do have. So our impact on the global landscape, we are working globally. We have our presences in 65 countries, and we do have 200 plus programs from academic to certified. And our alumni size is 30,000 professionals across 65 countries. So big number of alumni are working with us, are having our courses. And we do have 132 instructors from 14 countries. So a big number of global resources we do have. 30% of our alumni hold C-suite role. So mid to senior level professionals are our alumni. 95% course completion rate at first attempt. Why World Academy is the right choice? One of the largest professional certification institute based in United Kingdom, and we are globally accepted. We are offering globally accepted credentials. The fee is very much affordable. If you are comparing with ourselves in other professional certification institute in the world, you will find that how affordable we are. We do have flexible payment plan and wide range of programs covering all the professional areas. So wherever you are working, in project management, in supply chain, in HR, in any other areas you are working, you will find any suitable course with us. 150 plus certified programs, 30 plus master's level programs, 40 plus diploma level programs, and user-friendly learning management system for easy learning, and credential badges are issued by Credly. We are issuing digital badge through Credly. Credly is one of the the pioneer in the digital badge issuer organization and is part of Pearson Education Group. Our global affiliation, we are working globally with different institutes. We are the accredited institute by NQL. NQL is a off-qual regulated awarding body in United Kingdom. We are the approved center by Cambridge Academy of Professionals, approved center by ProfQual-UK. We are also accredited institute by Institute of Financial Accountants, IFA, which is a off-qual regulated membership organization in United Kingdom for public accountants. We're the provider of HRCI, SHRM, and ATD USA, and SHRM academically aligned institute. We do have we do have the recognition from SHRM as academically aligned institute. We are accredited institute by International Professional Accreditation Council, which is a Singapore-based organization. We are members. We are the member for CPT Group UK and partner of Institute of KPS Specialist. So these are our global affiliation worldwide. We proudly declare our Mission 2030. It is very clean and clear to become the #1 professional certification institute in the world. having presence in 100 countries. So two parts of this mission: to become the number one and make sure our presence is in 100 countries. That is our mission 2030. And we are very much hopeful and we are very much on track towards this achievement of this mission. That is our recent activities, the recent programs. We had our graduation ceremony or the certification awarding programs in Kenya for our graduates in Kenya. Also, we did have our Global Professional Summit 2025 in Kenya. And then we also had our graduation ceremony in Uganda in August. All the programs are in August. So in Uganda, we did have our graduation ceremony 2025, and also we did have our International People's Summit 2025. That is also in Uganda. Then we also organized our graduation ceremony in Tanzania, and also we did have our program Global Professional Summit 2025 in Tanzania as well. So these are 6 programs in East African region for World Academy. This program, Post Graduate Diploma in Logistics and Supply Chain Management, is validated and quality assured by ProfQual-UK, is a higher education qualification awarding body in United Kingdom. That is the digital badge you will be receiving through Credly. This is a sample certificate and transcript. So you will receive the certificate like this and also a transcript like this. We have completed 12 batches and this is the 13th batch. Roughly around 487 professionals have completed PGDLSCM, participants from 39 plus countries. 9 months duration altogether, live online class on Saturday only. So every Saturday you'll find a class. The timing is 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. GMT. Free books and materials you will receive. Live interaction through learning management system. That is our features: job-oriented learning, focus on competency framework, extensive practice. We will do different practices or activities during the class, simulation exercises equipped with tools and formats, and global resources. The learning portfolio for PGDLSCM, 48 practical focused modules, 144 competencies we are covering because for each module there are 3 competencies. So total 144 competencies, total 144 learning objectives you will be achieving, and 480 guided questions. What does it mean? For every module, there are 10 practical oriented guided questions and you will get the answers in written form after successful completion. So once you completed this course, you will find a workbook, PGDLSCM workbook, where you will find all these 480 guided questions answers, which are very, very practical focused part, and you will be having the standard answers as a very reference. And 24 live sessions. One session will cover 2 classes and 24 group activity. Okay, so these are our learning portfolio. These are the organizations where our people, our graduates are working. Those who have completed PGDLSCM, they are working with government organizations, in private organizations, in NGOs, in banks, in manufacturing, in commercial. So in different part of the world and different industries they are working with. Pharmaceutical, RMGs, right? So they are different organizations. How we are administering the course. First, class management. So all the classes are online through Zoom. 48 modules having 48 class in 24 sessions. So 2 classes per session. Okay. And 1 session per week. So total 3 hours, the total session. So per class is 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. That means per module, 1.5 hours plus. So total session is 48 into 1.5 equal to 72 hours is the session time. Then review and question answer will be there. Class recording we provide, and also class material we will share within 1 to 2 days time. Class notification you will receive through WhatsApp. And one notification is sometimes if in any case we need to postpone any class due to emergency situation, we will reschedule it on any other Saturday. It won't be any other days. And sometimes class can be conducted with the different sequence, not exactly how the module has been sequenced. And all the materials will be available in the learning management system. And very important is attendance will be recorded. So during the session, use your full name so the system can detect your attendance. How that assessment will be done? There are two parts, exam and assignments. So for the exam, actually per unit, there will be one assessment. Each assessment contains two parts, exam and assignment. For the exam, there are two parts, MCQ part and written part. For MCQ, there will be 20 questions, 40 marks. For written, there will be 40 marks, two questions, 20 marks each per question. So these are 40 plus 40 equal to 80 marks for the exam and 20 marks assigned for assignment. Mod unit-wise assignment will contain 20 marks. So this total 100, 40, 40 and 20. So 80 marks for the exam and 20 marks for the assignment. And combinedly, for each unit, your result will be published. That means for each unit, you need to carry 50% of the marks to become pass. And you know the grading system for diplomas are from 50 to 80%. So 80% is the highest mark, which contain 4 GPA, GPA 0.4. I will be sharing with you later part, this grading system. So that is for the exam. And for the assignment, there are 3 types of assignment. One is pre-course. It doesn't have any value. It is only for the learning purpose. Then unit-wise assignment or in-course assignment, which is 3. Unit-wise assignment is for 12 units, 12 assignment. As I told you, only 20 marks assigned for this unit-wise assignment. And there is capstone project covering all the units. There will be one capstone project which contains 300 marks. So that is about the assignment part. Now combinedly, the assessment framework is pre-course does not have any mark, unit-wise assessment, 12 unit, 100 marks for each unit, total 1200 and capstone project 300. Now the breakdown for unit-wise assessment, MCQ based exam, 20 questions, 2 per questions, 40 total marks. Retainer essay type, 2 questions, 20 per questions, and then 40 for the total marks. And unit-wise assignment, 2 questions, 10 per questions equal to 20 marks. So that is the unit-wise assessment component. And qualifying marks is 50%. Then the certificates, electronic certificate and digital badge, you will receive within 7 working days after publishing the result. And printed certificate we distribute 4 times in a year. Now coming to our curriculum, we have, as I told you, the 12 units. Each unit has 4 modules. So unit 1, Introduction to Supply Chain Management, it has 4 modules. Let me discuss about the module wise. For module 1, Concept of Supply Chain Management, you see the learning objectives, understand the basic concept and purpose, identify key elements and stakeholders in the supply chain, learn the role of coordination in achieving supply chain efficiency. So these are the competencies you will be receiving or getting. Then module 2, the learning objectives, identify key drivers influencing supply chain behavior, analyze how decisions impact the flow of materials and services. That means the the flow of materials, how it is being done, you can analyze this part in the dynamics module. Recognize dynamic challenges in real-time operations. Say there is a COVID situation. There was how you dealt with this COVID, right? Then core competency, analytical thinking, adaptability, and discards. That is the module 2. For module 3, the value chain and competitive advantage. So what we'll be gaining? Understand the value chain components and linkage, analyze how value is created, and identify opportunities for competitive positioning through the supply chain management. So these will be discussed in the module 3. In module 4, essential of manufacturing and operations. So what are the main component of manufacturing units or the operational part that will be discussed here? How it is being helpful. Like you can see here, the introductory part, this module explores how production process, layout design, and inventory decisions affect efficiency quality. So if you're working in the manufacturing part, it is very, very essential for you. And module, then the unit 2, demand planning and forecasting. Here again, 4 modules for unit 2. And the module 5, principle of forecasting. It helps the organizations anticipate demand, allow resources, and align operations. So demand forecasting is very, very important for any kinds of supply chain work. So how can you calculate this demand, or how can you forecast this demand? That will be discussed in module 5. Learn how to align the forecasting with the business decision and differentiate between qualitative and quantitative forecasting. And in module 6, basic forecasting methods. The methods of forecasting will be discussed here. Okay, so learn key quantitative forecasting methods, apply forecasting models using real data, and evaluate and improve forecast accuracy. So all the forecasting parts, how can you do this? What are the methods you can apply? That will be discussed in module 6. In module 7, customer segmentation. It means making segment for the customers. Who are which type of customers? Who will be in which category? So understand the purpose and method of customer segmentation. Analyze customer behavior to group them meaningfully. So based on the customer behavior, you can make the segmentation of the group and apply segmentation to improve demand planning. Then master scheduling. So here ensures that material, labor, capacity align with the market needs. So all the schedulings are based on the demand supply calculation. Understand the concept and importance of the master production schedule, how it can be done, what are the components here, and then learn how to balance supply with demand using scheduling tools, and develop skill to analyze and update the schedule based on the changes in forecast or customer orders. So you will be learning entire things. How can you do the scheduling part? By matching or analyzing the demand and supply. And unit 3, procurement management for the organization. Very important for any organization. Every organization having this function, procurement. So here again, 4 modules. Module 9, introduction to procurement management. So the basic about the procurement management, the procurement types, the process, the stakeholders, all these things will be discussed in module 9. In module 10, requisition and PO management, purchase order management, right? So this module will be focusing on how the purchase order is being managed, how the requisition can be done, etc. So how requisitions and POs are raised, approved, and tracked. Understand the documentation and compliance of the PO process, and identify control point to prevent errors and fraud. So these are the learning objectives for module 10. For module 11, negotiation for procurement. If you want to do perfect procurement, you need to have the capacity for negotiation, the skill set of negotiations, how you can negotiate in the procurement board. So understand the stages and style of negotiation, develop techniques to achieve win-win outcomes, and learn how to prepare and execute procurement negotiation. And the module 12 for unit 3 is contract management. That is again very important, because for every procurement, you need to prepare a contract, you need to sign it. And based on the contract, you will be tracking, you will be dealing with the vendors. So this contract should be very tricky and very, very lawful. Okay, so that will be discussed in module 12. Understand the contract lifecycle stages and clauses. Learn to manage risk, obligations, and disputes. Apply contract tracking and compliance practices. Now the module unit 4, strategic sourcing and supply chain management. That means how can we strategize our sourcing, right? The strategic part, not the static sourcing. Module 13, introduction to strategic sourcing, application of strategic. Let me go to there. So strategic, for this, the learning objectives, understand the principle of strategic sourcing, 7 steps strategic sourcing process, and recognize the benefits of supplier collaboration. So it is not only the sourcing, it is a strategic. Strategic means as per demand, as per time, etc. So it is dynamic. It is dynamic. Then module 14, application of strategic sourcing for cost-effective SCM. How can we apply this strategic sourcing for the cost-effective part of supply chain management? Apply strategic sourcing to reduce SCM cost, align sourcing with supply chain goal, use tools for cost-benefit analysis. And then 15, procurement portfolio management. So it is focusing on the procurement, how the procurement portfolio will be managed. Segment procurement categories, apply portfolio tools to mitigate the risk, and align procurement approach with supplier type. So these are the learning objectives for module 15. And the last module for unit 4, spend analysis and category management. Category management, need to be category management is very important for the supply chain, because we need to tracking our materials or the supply materials. We need to analyze this, so that for this type of issues, category management is very important. So understand the purpose and process of spend analysis. Learn how to develop the category strategy and use data to support supply consolidation and cost saving. So these are the 3 learning objectives for unit 16, module 16. Then unit 5, inventory management. Another very important part of the supply chain, right? Inventory management. Here again, 4 modules. The purpose of inventory in the value chain. So what are the reason to have the inventory management in the value chain? How it can add value? Analyze how inventory support production, distribution, and customer satisfaction. So what is the importance of inventory for this production, distribution, and customer satisfaction? And identify the cost benefit relationship of holding inventory. So if you can preserve the inventory for a long time, then it needs more cost for purchasing inventory. On the other hand, if you do not preserve for a long time, maybe you need to order frequently, so that there will be cost again for the order management. So that you need to have a concrete quantity, that how much it is feasible for the organization, is cost benefit. Then module 18, classification of inventory. Learn various methods of inventory classification. Apply classification techniques to improve the inventory control, and align inventory types with business functions and strategies. And then procedure of eliminating obsolete inventory. After certain time, some inventories could be obsolete. How can you remove them? So understand the cause and risk of obsolete inventory, learn the process of identifying and handling obsolete items, and develop policies to minimize the future obsolescence. And module 20, record management in inventory. Okay. So that means understand the inventory record keeping principles. How can you prepare the record? How can you preserve it? Learn tools and systems used for inventory tracking. Identify practices to minimize errors and ensure real-time accuracy. So that is under module 20. Module 20, unit 6, warehouse management, another very important part for PGDLSCM program. Again, there are 4 modules. Introduction to warehouse management, where you will be learning the basic about warehouse, the importance, types, etc., etc. And then for module 22, warehouse process. So how can you inbound to outbound process? So that is the process of warehouse. How can we deal with inbound to outbound process, map the process flow, and identify the control point, and implement the best practices for the process. And module 23, warehouse layout and material handling. So how your warehouse will be, or will be maintaining the layout part, which layout is best for your organization, and how can we minimize cost for material handling. These are the things will be discussed in module 23. In 24 module, warehouse operation. So this module will be focusing on particularly the operation of the warehouse, how to receive the goods, how to labeling, how to discharge, how to issues the goods, etc., etc. So warehouse operations, how it can be dealt perfectly, that will be discussed in module 24. Then the unit 7, transport and distribution management. So transport management, particularly so transport management issues. There, for every organization, there are cars, vehicles. So you need to maintain the vehicles, you need to support them. So there should be a proportion for the demand supply, because every you cannot keep vehicle for every department or every individuals. So that you need to have a management system there. Identify the key modes of transport and their application, and evaluate the impact of transportation on cost and service levels. Then module 26, transport operations, how to operate it, the workflow of the transport operations, the fleet and carrier relationships, monitor and control the transport KPIs. So that is the transport operations. Module 27, overview of distribution management. What is distribution management? How it can be done? What is the network? So what are the distribution strategies to improve these services and reduce the cost? These are the discussion point for module 27. And module 28, global logistics, how logistics can be treated globally, internationally. So how can you i mean uh, how can you implement your logistics patterns globally? Because you cannot work with the home country only. You need to work with foreign countries as well. So you need to know about the global logistics part. And then 29, unit 8, logistic information system. Nowadays, it is very important to have the perfect information system or IT system in place, because it's an era of AI. So module 29, information system functionality, how it works, how the information system works. So logistic information system, or analyze how it works and utilize the data to monitor and optimize the problem. Then module 30, introduction to enterprise resource planning and material requirement planning. So ERP and MRP, what does it mean, why it is required, how can you contribute to the supply chain? So these are the things will be discussed in module 23. So 30. 31, overview of procurement to pay, P2P, procurement to pay structure. The full cycle of P2P, you need to learn automation opportunities and identify the risk and control. And 32, logistic customer service. How can we do the customer service for the logistic part? Learn the role of customer service in logistics, explore how logistics impact customer experience, and develop communication strategies for logistics support. And then the unit 9, supplier performance management. Now, issue is you have a lot of suppliers, but how you are dealing with the supplier, how their performance can be measured, how their performance can be managed, that will be discussed in module unit 9. So there are four modules again: introduction to supplier performance management, the purpose of a SPM in supply chain, learn the key metrics, and implement the continuous improvement with suppliers. 34, supplier performance framework. So in this module, you will be learned how to develop the framework for any evaluation part. So here, supplier performance framework, it can give you the idea how to implement this. And then module 35, supplier performance evaluation and analysis. How to evaluate the supplier performance, qualitative and quantitative methods. So this will be discussed in this module. And 36, introduction to supplier development. So you acquire the suppliers, you monitor them, now you're developing them as well for future ready. Understand the need and scope of the supply development, learn techniques to build supplier capabilities and align supply development with long-term business goal. Then the unit 10, risk management for supply chain. This unit will be focusing on the risk management issues, fundamentals of risk management, introduction to anti-corruption, overview of fraud in supply chain, and mitigation in supply chain. So in the fundamental module, you will learn about the type, the sources, the basic risk management process, etc. So the basic about the risk management, and then introduction to anti-corruption. So the this module will be focusing on the trust, increase the cost, and creates the legal liabilities, understanding anti-corruption itself, how it can be protected. So these are the things you will be discussing. Recognize forms of corruption in supply chain activity, understand laws and policies, learn preventive practices and compliance strategies. 39, overview of fraud in supply chain management. Identify the common types of supply chain fraud, understand root cause and detection methods, learn how to set up internal control to prevent fraud. So these are the objectives for module 39 and module 40, risk mitigation in supply chain management, how the risk can be mitigated. So identify the assess the mitigation risk strategies, supply chain resilience, and integrate mitigation into procurement and logistics decision. So this is fully focusing on the risk management in supply chain management. Now the module 11, introduction to logistics. This module is fully, this unit is fully focusing on the logistic part. Here you will again 4 modules. Module 41, understand the fundamentals and scope of logistics, explore the key logistic function and their strategy integration in SCM, and analyze how logistic enhances operational efficiency. So altogether, this is logistic related, the foundation of the logistics. Types of logistics, 3PL or 4PL, 1PL, 2PL, anything. So difference between these areas, evaluate when to use external logistics provider, understand the role and responsibility of 3PL or 4PL. Very specific learning objectives from this module. And module 43, logistic management and its elements. Logistic management, how to manage the logistics, ensuring timely delivery and efficient through transportation, inventory, warehousing, etc. So these are the logistic management part. Then module 44, modern concept in logistics. So how the modern world is moving with the logistics function, with the logistics in place. Explore the recent trend in innovation in logistics, understand how digital transformation impact logistics, apply green logistics and sustainability principle. So these are the module 44. Then module unit, last unit, global logistics and supply chain management, global logistics. So what are the modules? 45, global logistics and its importance in international trade. Understand the global logistics structure. Analyze the logistics role in global competitiveness and identify the challenges in cross-border logistics. And module 46, import-export practice, process and impact on economy. The export-import life cycle and key steps. Then export the documentation, compliance and payment terms in trade, assess how trade impacts local and global economies. So these are the module 16, and module 17 is global inbound and outbound supply chain management. Distinguish between inbound and outbound supply chain management, learn strategies for both, understand visibility and control in international logistics. And the last module is global supply chain architecture. Understand the structural components of a global supply chain. Learn how to design an effective and responsive architecture. Explore trends shaping global supply chain network. This is the module 48, which is global supply chain management. So the course overview have 4 phases. Phase 1, pre-course. Phase 2, attend the regular classes. Phase 3, assessment. Phase 4, certification. That's about my presentation. So if you have any question, any doubt to be clarified. No question from anyone? Okay, I think there is no question. So that we can conclude the class will be starting from 4th of October. The first class will be on 4th October. And those who have already confirmed, they will be included in a group. If anyone is not yet paid or confirmed, you can think, and if you feel that the course is worthy for you, you can join the course. With that note, we can conclude it here today. Thank you very much. Thanks for your patience hearing to me. Yes, it will be. It will be. And also, we will share the flyer so that you can share through your professional network so people can be aware about this program. And if anyone is interested, they can become part of this program. All right. So, thank you once again for joining us. Take care and good night from my side.